Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is C Through Light, also known as C. Whatever you prefer to call me, that's completely fine. I have been playing Dragalia Lost for about 1.5 years now, and I decided finally to make some content about it. So I do hope you enjoy what I do, and if you do like it, then give a like to this video and also subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Anyways, on to the news. So today at Reset, we finally have gotten the Legend difficulty of Legend of Ciella. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And also, on top of that, the levels 26 through 30 on the wind tree have also become unlocked, so if you haven't already, upgrade your wind tree so you could get that little bit of boost in might. It's not a lot, but it still can count in some ways, which can be very helpful. Also, the revives and drops for Master, Expert, and Standard have also changed. So if you're still grinding weapons or whatever you're doing in Ciella, be of note of that. It makes things a little bit more easier to grind now. But also, with the release of this new boss fight, we have a trailer that the Dragalia Lost team has given us over on Twitter that I will be looking over and seeing what we can pick up from this. Just to make things very clear, I have not touched this boss fight yet. Even though it came out at 1 AM my time, I just have not touched this fight yet, so these are more like my first impressions before I decide to go in and see what this chaos is in its full glory. So I do hope the audio does pick up, but it doesn't matter. So let's get started, shall we? So, first things first, we can see Valentines Chelsea is one of the characters here in this trailer, but the others are kind of hard to figure out, so I'll talk about them as we go. And there she does her screen-wide AoE again, giving everybody vulnerability as she does in the other boss fights. This isn't really anything new. And right here, we can kind of see what looks like Templar Hope here as well. So that's kind of nice. We see another character that we do know. And right here, we can see Lowen, one of the staff characters for Wind. Also, a little bit of a change to her AoE. She can also freeze your characters, so if you don't have a character with freeze res, you might be a little bit screwed on this part. I think also if we go back a little bit, we could get a better look at Templar Hope. Right here. Yes, that's Templar Hope if you can't tell. And the last one, I'm just gonna give it away. If I can get a good image of him. Oh, he's not in here. I'll save that. So, let's just continue on from where we were. Oh, there he is. So right here, the last character that is shown here is Granzel, or Granzel, in case you all were wondering. So we have Valentines Chelsea, Lowen, Templar Hope, and Granzel shown in this trailer. Now, her her red dashes that she used to have in the last 3 fights, Expert and Standard, are now purple markers, so don't be in the way of them, otherwise you'll get hit and it will cause a lot of damage that you don't want to take in Legends, which could make or break your attempt at fighting. this is also new. So originally in Expert and Standard, she'd do this attack, but only in a small circle around herself. Now that circle has increased and has done a full circle around her, so either get around her, get near her, or try to iframe it, which some characters in Wind do have long animation times, which could save you in the long run from getting massive damage that your healer may or may not be able to heal. Something to point out. This is also new. So beforehand, the crystal arrows would be under you and your teammates, but in solo would just be one for you and that's it. But so usually what you would do is group up all the crystal arrows and then knock them out all together. This does not seem to be the case this time, so you're probably going to have to use a dragon like Midgard Stormer Zero to take care of these right away, otherwise this could become very dangerous for you and your team, especially if you're using a character that does not have Bog Res, or not using Lowen, who can cleanse Bog on his S1. Okay, so now we have a look at Ciella's new mechanic for Legend difficulty. So obviously this is in Phase 2, but what we see here are some bubbles that I don't really know what they're like, but my assumption is they're kind of like mercury? A little bit, how she had like the aqua prison, but this time she doesn't trap anybody. This is like the one thing the trailer doesn't clear out tell you what to do. You're gonna have to find that out yourself. It's kind of what they did with Legend Volk when they showed off stuff from his trailer. And well, but Kai was kind of different. Kai was kind of like use your mind and infer. But as we continue on in the trailer, we can see that Valentines Chelsea is attacking the prison or the bubble, whatever it is. So that possibly means that you can destroy these. That seems the most likely answer, because if you don't destroy them, then you're probably going to get a screen-wide nuke that will kill your entire party, which is not going to be fun for people attempting this fight. So, right now I really don't know what this is, but I think eventually later on, as more people attempt this fight, we will start to learn more about what this is. Also, let me go back just a small second. Right here, you can see Stormlash. This is not really that big, because you could have inflicted Stormlash before, but here you can see that Valentines Chelsea inflicts Stormlash on her, which Stormlash and Poison could be very helpful in this fight, and unfortunately, we are getting a character tomorrow at the time of this recording, Galanat, that does Stormlash, so that could be a really good option for people that don't have poison characters, which is highly unlikely because Granzel does poison and he's a free unit. But let's continue. And there she does her famous chromatic shield, which gives her a defense buff. So just do what you normally do, just dispel it as fast as possible, either using, say, Kimono Luca's S1, or using Lowen's 4-strike. But regardless, dispel it, it will make your life a lot easier, as she does retain some of her crap or BS from Master Ciella. This is also new. So originally in Phase 2, Ciella would have 3 circles around her, and they would rotate around her, doing these little water geysers, which they could easily be iframed. So this time it is a set pattern. As you can see by these markers, they are a set pattern, and they go one by one into the center where Ciella is. So you either can iframe these or get out of the way. Simple as that. This looks like it will be an easy attack to dodge if people know how the original fight works. And the last thing they do show here is her going into berserk phase. They don't have voice clips, so we're not going to be able to hear her very special berserk line like how Volk and Cayenne have, unfortunately. So this is where my analysis is going to end, because there's not really much to look at unless you want to look at Ciella powering up for berserk phase, which, if you don't know about berserk phase, there's no telegraph markers, and you'll have to use 4 strikes in order to get her to break. It'll make your life a lot easier. So with that being said, I think my analysis is complete. Thank you all so much for watching, and for those of you that are going to attempt this fight, I wish you all the best of luck in your attempts at clearing her, and I'll see you all next time.